want you to think about all the conveniences we have today. You know, cell phones, microwaves, air travel, modern appliances, personal computers, even cars that tell us if we're lost. Most Americans today can have almost instant comfort, information, and conveniences at the touch of a button. What more could we ask for, right? I'm Kris Henderson with MyAnxietyLink.com, and one would think that life should be great, and yet with modern life and all those conveniences, it can bring about a steady course of stress in our lives. Do you ever feel like your brain can't take one more piece of information? With these conveniences, it can seem like our switch is always in the on position. We now have the ability to know what is going on at all times, all day long, all over the world. We wouldn't think of leaving the house without our cell phone. We have text, Twitter, email, Instagram, and a lot of other platforms to keep us in touch. We are always connected, and while that can be beneficial, it can also bring stress and anxiety. Stress is a normal factor of life, but living stressed out doesn't have to be. Can I repeat that again? Stress is a normal factor of life, but living stressed out doesn't have to be. I hope that's good news and something for you to consider. It is sad to admit that with all these conveniences, we have had to forfeit something, and that is patience, time, and even sometimes peace of mind. We're still looking for instant gratification. We try to cram as much in our day as we can and feel guilty when we don't accomplish everything in our list. If anything this past year has taught us was the ability to learn to sit and be within our four walls of our home. And yet, many of you felt you didn't accomplish anything. You know, all those household things you told yourself, if only I had time, then I would do it. And then when you had that valuable commodity called time, many of us found ourselves on a social media site or YouTubing it or overeating or checking out of our routines because we had this potential life altering virus that caused disruption in our personal lives. And even that caused stress. What I know is that we need to give our minds a rest from constant bombardment of stimulus that's out there just waiting to get our attention. And what I've noticed is that there's a lot of times the things that we're taking in is negative information that we receive on a constant basis. Don't get me wrong, I know social media news has its benefits, but take notice how many times the information is negative and makes you feel bad or even fearful, and you know there's nothing you can do about it. There are so many ways being overly stressed can show up, but you might notice it in four different categories: emotional symptoms, physical symptoms, cognitive symptoms, and even behavioral symptoms. Now, emotional symptoms might be feeling agitated, moody, or feelings of being overwhelmed and having difficulty relaxing and quieting your mind. Physical symptoms can include low energy, stomach issues, pain, or even tense muscles. And cognitive symptoms can be constant worrying or an inability to focus. And finally, some behavioral symptoms might be procrastinating, avoiding responsibilities, or even changes in our appetite. I know that life is not always easy, and it is not realistic to think we can breeze through without encountering stressful situations from time to time. However, we can be in charge of what we expose ourselves to and weed out the sources that bring us unneeded stress. We can take charge of our thoughts, emotions, schedule, environment, and the way we deal with problems. If we can't change a stressful situation, we can determine our reaction to it. Sometimes that's the only control we have in a situation we can't change. We need to take care of ourselves and make time for rest and relaxation. If you're finding these videos helpful, give a thumbs up below and don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate your support and feedback. And know that if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're experiencing any of the things I talked about earlier, know there are ways to distress your life and get on the better path to well being. And you can always contact me at myanxietylink.com.